Miracle Boy Boxing. I am your host, Ocean Cruz, and the new WBO minimum weight world champion from Villalba, Puerto Rico, Oscar El Pupillo Collazo. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new world champion from Puerto Rico, Villalba, the first world champion out of Villalba, Puerto Rico, and the first Puerto Rican world champion to win in less fights. The first Puerto Rican fighter to win a world title in less fights than any other. And if I'm not mistaken, he may be the first Hispanic fighter, Latino fighter, to win a world title in less fights. If I'm not mistaken, because I don't recall a Latino fighter winning a world title in 6 fights or in 7 fights. That's crazy. Maybe somebody out there that I may not know of, but if you do know, let me know. I don't think so. But be that as it may, Oscar Collazo was destined to win the world title. We all know this. He's been following from the amateur days, from the Pan Am grade when he won gold. You know, his amateur background. He was definitely destined to be a world champion. He had the skill. He has the skills, the talent. He showed everything that he needs to show the boxing audience. That against Vic Saludar, remember that fight? 12 rounds. He showed a lot. He got dropped in that fight, but he came back and responded well, like what a true fighter should do, and what you want to see in an up and coming fighter. He outboxed. He outslugged. Vic Saludar even scored a knockdown of his own in that fight. Got through a busted nose, but he showed a lot in that one fight. He showed, okay, Collazo is the real deal. He just beat a 2-time world champion in his prime, Vic Saludar. They came back with the Udell Reyes knockout win, and then last night he was able to force a stoppage on Melvin Jerusalem in 7 rounds. The corner. Even Jerusalem said he don't want no more. So let's get right into the fight, guys. It was a competitive fight. A bit shaky for Collazo. Collazo trying to close the gap, the distance, close that distance, because Jerusalem has a longer reach. Jerusalem trying to keep Collazo from coming in with his jab and straight left. You know, and the issue was for Collazo was the blistering hand speed of Melvin. Melvin was a faster fighter, the heavier puncher, so Collazo had to be careful. And that's how he got. He started to get hit, started to get busted up. The left hand was landing at will in spots, and Collazo ended up with a big mouse underneath his left eye. The left eye. It was really red and bruised up, and I was hoping, okay, it's looking a little bit rough here. Collazo cannot close the gap. Melvin was really doing good with his speed and power, trying to keep him off. But as round 2, so the first 2 rounds was shaky for Collazo, but after that, Collazo started finding a rhythm. He started getting into his groove, move his waist, move his head, keep his hands up, use his footwork, which is what Collazo is known for. You know, the excellent skills, the talent, the pedigree, the amateur history, the amateur experience, all that's coming into play now. Which I knew that once Collazo feels Jerusalem out and feels his power, gets into a rhythm, he's going to start to separate himself in terms of class. And that's what happened. Collazo started to walk him down, side to side, not in a straight line. He started to slip Jerusalem punches. And once he started to slip them, he started to counter them. And he would do excellent. He would start to counter to the head, to the body. You know, Oscar Collazo, man. The Oscar Collazo that we know and we've seen. He started in the first 2 rounds was shaky, but then now here he comes. And man, those body shots started to get to Jerusalem, and that's what started to create the downfall and demise of Jerusalem. Jerusalem absorbed a lot of punishment when it came to downstairs. He even took some headshots and he was all bruised up. He was starting to get busted up on the rib cage. It was red down here. It had a big red mark. Even his head started to get red up and swollen, busted up. Um, so both guys did their damage. Jerusalem um, was able to create a big mouse on Collazo's face, giving fits in the first couple rounds, but then Collazo started to come on strong with his angles, his footwork, everything, and just try to make Jerusalem think and set his combinations up. And man, boy, were they landing to the point where Collazo was using Jerusalem as a punching bag. Okay, you don't want to move? I'll move it for you. I'll move you for you. So here I go with a body shot. I'm gonna sidestep, bow, hit you as well. Because hey, the referee was looking to jump in at some point, because Jerusalem was taking a beating at the end of the fight, before the fight got stopped. And Collazo, Jerusalem showed hard. He didn't want to quit. He was trying to fight back, but you can see the difference when it came to energy in that ring. Collazo still had the pep in his step, the bounce on his foot. Jerusalem was fatigued when he would go down, because he would put his head down, and Collazo would put his weight, and Jerusalem would go down. That's fatigue, and he got up slow. He at times didn't look like he didn't want to fight. So in the end, Collazo stopped him in 7 rounds. Jerusalem couldn't go anymore. The body shots got to him. It was not the head shots, the body shots. Collazo landed a lot of body shots. The body shots got to him and slowed Jerusalem down big time. And Jerusalem, was not performing the way he was in the first 2 rounds, even 3rd round. The tide of the fight definitely changed. And Collazo, man, the new world champion, WBO minimum weight champion in a weight class that's full of talent, full of competition. And I'm definitely looking forward to his first world title defense. He says he's going to be defending it. He'll be defending in July. So those are the plans. Against who? Don't know. But there you have it, guys. Puerto Rico now has 4 world champions. The island hasn't seen 4 world champions in 1 year in some time, because there was a dry spell for the island, man. The island have not been seeing this much success in some time. They've been winning fights, but not picking up world championships. Just full of prospects and potentials. And when they came to step up to world title shot, they failed. But we got 4 world champions now, man. We got Bomba, Gonzalez, Subriel, Matias, Amanda, Serrano, and now Oscar Collazo. And in July, we just may have a 5th world champion this year in Manny Rodriguez, who's an excellent fighter, excellent counterpuncher. We all saw him in the fight on the Wilder Helenius undercard at the Barclays Center. I was there at that fight, and Manny put on a boxing clinic. He outclassed Antonio Russell, the youngest Russell brother. And man, he outclassed him. Russell did not belong in that ring. And the thing is, Manny was not even the favorite to win that fight. The betting odds was against him. And Manny schooled Russell. Russell couldn't touch him. But Manny is gonna fight for his world title. For world title in July. It's gonna be his 2nd world title shot. And he's been a world champion already. And he's gonna be fighting for the championship again. Against Melvin Lopez from Nicaragua, who is a hungry fighter, who's in his prime. So, and based on what I've read and heard, that he's going to present a stiff challenge. But hey, this is the championship fight. Championship fights aren't supposed to be easy. When championship fights happen, it's 2 of the best in the weight class ranked fighters going at it. So, but Manny is definitely the favorite to win this fight, and we'll see what happens. But pretty cool, man. 4 world champions in 1 year. Puerto Rico is definitely climbing out of the dirt and returning to the top of the mountain once again as one of boxing's top fighting places, countries, and yeah, Puerto Rico has done it all in boxing. Undisputed champion, 4 division world champion, uh, youngest world champion. Now last night, the only fighter out of Puerto Rico to do it in less fights in Oscar Collazo. So Puerto Rico has nothing else to prove when it comes to accolades and accomplishments in boxing. They've done it all. But the legacy continues. The legacy continues, and Manny has a shot to become a world champion once again and continue that long history of Puerto Rican fighters and champions. Last night, Oscar Collazo became the 65th world champion from Puerto Rico. So for a tiny island, that's a lot of world champions. We're more than halfway through to 100 world champions. It's crazy. So with Manny winning, it'll be the 66th world champion. Yeah. So yeah, there you have it. And the new world champion from Villalba, Puerto Rico, Oscar Collazo, el Pupillo, at 7-0, 5 knockouts. The new world champion. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to take that belt from Collazo, man. You're gonna have to bring your A game. Collazo has everything. He can box, he can punch, he can brawl, he can give you whatever you want to do. There you have it, Miracle Boy Boxing. I am your host. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, guys. I always a pleasure talking to you guys about boxing. We got a new world champion, Puerto Rico. Se levanta otra vez. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.